Have you ever wondered if the secret to blowing out 100 candles on your birthday cake isn't locked away in some fancy lab, but right there in the simple things you're still doing every day after 60? Picture this. You're waking up with the energy to chase sunsets, laugh with grandkids, or dance like nobody's watching. Because if you can still nail these 5 game-changing habits, science says you're not just aging, you're built for a century of adventure. But here's the real spark that will keep you glued to your screen until the very last second. By the end, I'll reveal the one overlooked superpower habit that turns ordinary seniors into unstoppable centenarians, backed by real stories of folks just like you who've shattered the odds. And it might just be the missing piece that's about to rewrite your entire future. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now, let's get started. 1. You still remember where you put your keys, or at least find them in under 5 minutes. Let's face it, life's little mysteries like this are the universal threads that bind us all in our daily hustle. How often do you catch yourself in that familiar ritual, patting down every pocket of your jacket with increasing urgency, your eyes darting wildly across the cluttered countertop, or even dropping to your knees to peer under the couch cushions, all in a desperate bid to unearth your phone, those perpetually vanishing glasses, or the keys that seem to evaporate the second you stepped through the door? It's a scenario as commonplace as your morning coffee, right? And truthfully, forgetting the precise location of an item every once in a while is not just normal. It's a testament to the whirlwind of thoughts, tasks, and distractions that swirl through our overstimulated brains on any given day. No one expects flawless recall in a world that's constantly pulling us in a dozen directions. But here's the truly heartening silver lining. If you can still hit that mental pause button, methodically replay your last few actions like a detective piecing together clues. Did I set them on the kitchen table after grabbing that snack? Or was it the side pocket of my bag during the commute? And retrieve those essentials in a swift few minutes without descending into full panic mode. That's a resounding vote of confidence for your cognitive prowess. It reveals that your brain's intricate machinery for short-term memory, spatial awareness, and logical deduction is still operating at peak performance, effortlessly cutting through the fog of routine chaos to restore order and keep your day on track with minimal disruption. And if, like so many of us, you notice these slip-ups happening a tad more often than feels ideal, maybe it's the side effect of a packed schedule, or just the subtle ebb of focus that comes with time, please don't let it weigh on you or spark unnecessary worry. There's a straightforward, transformative hack that's been a lifesaver for countless folks in the same boat. The one-spot rule, a deceptively simple ritual that packs a punch. Here's how it works. Select one unwavering go-to haven for your must-haves. A sleek little tray or hook right by the entryway for your keys. A velvet-lined compartment in your nightstand exclusively for your reading glasses, or even a colorful bowl on the dresser that screams, "Phone parking only." The key is consistency. Treat it like training a loyal pup or building any other habit. Gentle reminders at first, perhaps a sticky note or phone alert to nudge you toward it until it sinks in deep, becoming as automatic as brushing your teeth. The payoff? It's nothing short of enchanting, like waving a wand over your scattered life. Suddenly, those frantic searches vanish, replaced by a serene grab-and-go flow that slashes away at unnecessary stress, conserves precious mental bandwidth, and opens up space in your head for the pursuits that truly light you up. whether that's brainstorming your next big idea or savoring a quiet moment with a good book. 2. You can still handle a difficult person without losing your cool. Oh, we all know the type. Those rare but unforgettable souls who appear engineered in some cosmic workshop to zero in on and prod at our most tender pressure points with unerring precision. Envision the eternally sour-faced neighbor who launches into unsolicited critiques over the height of your hedges or the shade of your mailbox, transforming a casual wave into an impromptu audit. Or the relative at family dinners who morphs every innocent anecdote into a heated symposium on politics, religion, or the right way to fold fitted sheets. Or, for the everyday grind, that beleaguered soul in the grocery aisle who unleashes a torrent of gripes about the produce prices, the line length, and why the universe itself seems conspiring against their cart of canned soups. These brushes aren't just awkward. They're veritable emotional obstacle courses, laced with tripwires that threaten to unravel our hard-won poise and leave us replaying the fallout for hours. Yet, if in the thick of it, you manage to hold your ground with a measured breath, a calm tone that doesn't waver, and maybe even a dash of wry deflection or empathetic nod that sidesteps the bait entirely, sidestepping the urge to retort with equal fire or stew in silent resentment. That's not just survival. It's a quiet triumph worth toasting. This isn't mere politeness. It's the hallmark of a deeply rooted emotional intelligence, the sort that acts like an invisible shield in the heat of the exchange while reaping dividends far beyond the moment. We're talking tangible, science-supported perks. Dialing down the cortisol spikes from chronic aggravation to safeguard against everything from hypertension to frayed nerves. Bolstering your heart's resilience through lower inflammation and steadier rhythms, and ultimately tipping the scales toward a fuller, more enduring lifespan by weaving a tapestry of supportive bonds that nourish rather than drain. Dive into the research, and you'll find compelling evidence from longitudinal studies on emotional regulation. Folks who master this art don't just weather storms, they emerge stronger, cultivating networks of genuine connections that buffer against isolation and the physical toll of perpetual inner conflict, allowing them to sail into their golden years with grace and gusto. That said, if these run-ins still land like gut punches, stirring up a storm you'd rather not weather, fear not. There's an accessible anchor to toss overboard in those turbulent waters. The deliberate deep breath, drawn slow and full through your nostrils to fill your lungs like gathering calm from the air itself. Then released steadily through parted lips as if exhaling the tension like smoke. Pair it with a whispered internal refrain. This isn't my circus, and these aren't my monkeys. A cheeky borrowed gem that paints the scene with absurd distance, underscoring that their whirlwind of drama is a sideshow you can admire from afar without buying a ticket. It's more than a quip. It's a cognitive circuit breaker, carving out that crucial beat between trigger and response, so you can choose empathy over explosion, wit over wrath. Practice it in low-stakes moments, like a honking driver or a delayed flight announcement, and soon it'll evolve into your trusty sidekick, a portable toolkit for poise that not only smooths the immediate ripple, but fortifies your overall emotional architecture for the long haul. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. You can still dance, even if it's just a little shoulder wiggle. Make no mistake, I'm not here to audition you for the next dance competition or coax you into feats of acrobatic wizardry like gravity-defying spins, mid-air flips, or synchronized routines that demand the flexibility of a gymnast and leave you gasping for air on the studio floor. Far from it. The magic lies in the unpretentious, unpolished essence of it all. That spontaneous spark when a beloved melody drifts from the car speakers, coaxing your shoulders into a loose, joyful shimmy, as if your body remembers the beat before your mind does. The absent-minded foot-tapping cadence that syncs with the dashboard radio during a gridlocked commute, turning frustration into a private percussion session. Or the cozy, chair-bound groove on a lazy Sunday, where your fingers drum the armrest and your head nods along like an old friend reuniting. If you can still summon that innate, carefree impulse to let the music pull your limbs into motion, however modest or fleeting the gesture, you're not just keeping time. You're broadcasting a vital signal of holistic well-being. The evidence is as rhythmic as the tunes themselves. Even these low-key dances work wonders on the neural front, fostering neuroplasticity that keeps your gray matter supple and adaptive, honing proprioception and equilibrium to sideline the risk of tumbles or stumbles in daily navigation, and unleashing a cascade of feel-good chemicals, those glorious endorphins that chase away the shadows of melancholy, sharpen focus, and knit tighter the social fabric by inviting shared smiles. Peer into the data from cohorts tracking elders over decades, and the patterns sing loud and clear. Those who weave in these rhythmic rituals, whether solo shuffles in the kitchen or group-line dances at community halls, don't merely echo tales of feeling spry and spirited. They clock verifiable gains in longevity, with sharper recall, quicker reflexes, and a buoyancy that defies the calendar. All because movement synced to sound is essentially a symphony for the soul and sinews, recalibrating your entire system to hum with renewed vigor. So, if the last time you truly surrendered to a groove feels like a dusty memory from another era, perhaps buried under layers of to-dos or self-conscious hesitations, why not reclaim it right this instant? No grand stage required. Fire up your playlist to that irreplaceable track, the one etched with nostalgia that unfurls a grin before the chorus hits, and extend the invitation to your body like an old confidant. Come on, let's play. Ease in if the spirit moves you gently. A subtle head bob to the bass line, a playful finger snap chasing the snare, or a full-bodied sway that starts at the core and radiates out. There's no scorecard, no audience beyond the mirror if you choose. Just the pure, electric rediscovery of rhythm as a bridge to your most timeless self. A reminder that vitality isn't measured in miles run, but in moments moved. 4. You can still make a stranger laugh. Think back to those serendipitous moments in everyday life. The quick-witted quip you tossed at the cashier while fumbling for your wallet. The playful observation shared with a waiter about the quirky menu item. Or the light-hearted comment that broke the ice with someone standing behind you in line. These aren't grandstand performances. They're the effortless sparks of connection that happen naturally. If you still have that knack for delivering a well-timed pun or a silly observational zinger that draws out a chuckle from a total stranger, take it as a glowing badge of honor. This ability isn't just charming, it's a window into robust mental agility, where your wit and timing show that your neural pathways are quick and creative. It also signals strong social health, as these interactions foster a sense of belonging and positivity, while underscoring your enduring confidence to put yourself out there. In a world that can sometimes feel isolating, this skill keeps your spirit engaged and resilient, paving the way for richer, more fulfilling connections. If it's been a while since you've flexed this muscle, challenge yourself to give it a go today. Spot an opportunity, a funny hat on someone in the park, an absurd headline on your phone, and drop a gentle, goofy remark or a complimentary twist on it. You might be surprised at how effortlessly it flows, and how rewarding the response feels. Quick question for you all. Out of these 4 everyday superpowers, which ones are you still nailing regularly? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories and see just how many of us are quietly holding on to these underrated, life-extending talents that keep us thriving. We've only scratched the surface so far with these 4 eye-opening indicators that whisper secrets about your potential for a vibrant, extended life. But hold on tight, because the next installment is going to blow your mind even more. In Part 2, I'll dive into 3 additional, utterly surprising abilities that could be the hidden clues proving you will be sharing laughs, adventures, and wisdom with loved ones for decades to come. They're the kind of insights that make you rethink what aging well really looks like. Simple, yet profound. But before we jump ahead, I have a small request that means the world. If this resonated with you, give that like button a tap and hit subscribe right now. It fuels more content like this, packed with fun, counterintuitive tips to help you feel eternally young, mentally razor-sharp, and bursting with that irrepressible zest for life that makes every day an opportunity. Welcome back, everyone. It's great to have you here for the exciting continuation. Just to refresh your memory, in the first half, we unpacked 4 unexpected yet powerful signs that quietly forecast a long, joyful journey. The knack for swiftly recovering your misplaced glasses or keys in under 5 minutes, maintaining your cool amid encounters with the world's most trying personalities, rediscovering the simple pleasure of dancing, even if it's just a subtle shimmy or tap, and that magical touch for eliciting a heartfelt laugh from a stranger. These aren't flashy feats. They're the subtle threads weaving through our daily lives that hint at deeper resilience and vitality. Now, with that solid foundation in place, let's build on it by exploring the final 3 astonishing abilities that further confirm you're charting a course for years of happiness, activity, and unshakable energy. Before we plunge right in, though, do me a quick solid. Pause for just a moment to smash that like button if you're enjoying this, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Your support is what keeps this community growing and ensures you never miss out on the next dose of surprising wisdom. Trust me, you won't want to skip what's ahead. All right, with that out of the way, let's roll up our sleeves and get into these game-changing revelations. 5. You can still remember how much things used to cost. Have you ever meandered into the fluorescent-lit chaos of a sprawling supermarket on a routine errand? Or perhaps stepped into the cozy, nostalgia-tinged aisles of a charming neighborhood boutique with its shelves brimming with artisanal curios? You reach out absent-mindedly, plucking an unassuming everyday essential from its perch, a nondescript bottle of herbal shampoo promising silky locks, or a humble pair of wool-blend socks destined for chilly winter mornings. And in that split second, the barcode scanner of reality beeps. The price tag glares up at you like an accusation, swollen to absurd proportions in this era of endless economic whims. It's a visceral jolt, isn't it? That tidal wave of disbelief crashes over you, prices that once seemed laughably modest, now inflated like overripe balloons at a forgotten fair. And in the heat of the moment, before your brain can hit the brakes, you're pivoting toward the unwitting soul beside you, the harried parent juggling a cart full of toddler snacks, or the teen scrolling endlessly on their phone, who, truth be told, neither solicited your wisdom nor anticipated the detour into your personal time capsule. Out it tumbles. Oh, honey, you won't believe this, but back in my day, this very same bottle, or socks, or whatever trifling treasure it is, cost a mere $5. Heck, with a coupon, it might have dipped to $3.99. If this vignette replays in your life like a well-worn vinyl record, if these impromptu historical price audits have become as routine as checking the weather app before heading out, then pause for a moment and award yourself a resounding round of applause. You're not merely the quirky elder dispensing unsolicited lore. You're parading a gleaming emblem of cerebral endurance, a testament to a mind that's not just ticking, it's thrumming with the vitality of a well-oiled engine. Delve a layer deeper, and you'll see that this isn't some superficial parlor trick reserved for cocktail party icebreakers or frantic searches for misplaced keys. No, a truly resilient memory operates on a grander canvas. It's the artful curator of an intricate, timeline-spanning archive of your existence, weaving together those ephemeral threads of daily life into a tapestry that tethers your yesterdays to your todays and tomorrows. It's the quiet guardian of continuity, those unflashy milestones that whisper, "This is who you've been, and here's how you got here." Ponder this. Can you, with the ease of flipping through a favorite photo album, conjure the exact metallic tang of pumping your very first tank of gas, $1.20 a gallon perhaps, on that sun-drenched afternoon in the summer of '78, when your learner's permit still felt like a superpower? Or does the scent of yeasty warmth transport you straight to the corner bakery of the early 1980s, Reagan's optimistic broadcasts crackling on the radio as you handed over a crisp 89 cents for a golden-crusted loaf of sandwich bread that fed a family of 4 without a second thought? These aren't random neural hiccups. They're symphonies orchestrated by your hippocampus, that ingenious seahorse-curved nucleus nestled deep in the temporal lobe, the brain's chief archivist for transforming fleeting sensory impressions into enduring episodic treasures. When it thrives, it sculpts and safeguards those electrochemical bridges between neurons with the finesse of a seasoned novelist plotting twists across decades, ensuring your personal history remains a living, breathing narrative rather than a faded sketch. And let's not gloss over the unadulterated glee that comes with deploying this mnemonic arsenal in the arena of cross-generational discourse. It's like holding a secret decoder ring to the bafflement of the young. There's an exquisite, almost mischievous pleasure in captivating a rapt audience of wide-eyed 20-somethings or 40-something skeptics with dispatches from the bargain bin golden age. The fizzy allure of a frosty $1.50 Coke sloshing in a paper cup at the neon-glow drive-in theater, where double features unfolded like cinematic dreams, or the illicit thrill of snagging a stack of 25-cent comic books from the spinner rack, each one a portal to caped crusaders and cosmic adventures that felt downright pilfered from the gods of thrift. Far from petty one-upmanship, this is a sly showcase of intellectual prowess, a cognitive catwalk strut. Delving into the annals of gerontology, experts have long illuminated how fortified episodic memory forms the bedrock of graceful aging and protracted vitality. It's the brain's way of declaring, "I'm still in the game," connecting dots across eras. The rationale is as stark as it is sobering. As cognitive shadows lengthen, be it the insidious onset of Alzheimer's with its plaque-riddled betrayals or the stealthy attrition from vascular whispers like mini-strokes, these innocuous nuggets of recollection are invariably the initial casualties. They serve as vigilant canaries in the neural coal mine, flagging fissures before the structure buckles. Thus, when that inevitable eye roll descends from a millennial barista or a Gen Z relative mid-rant about the halcyon days when filling up the Ford Pinto barely registered as a line item or matinee tickets dangled at an irresistible 75 cents a pop, counter with a wink and a zinger, go ahead, perfect that skeptical arch. It's the very elixir keeping my odometer spinning. I'll outlast you all, reminiscing about affordable while you're Googling what it even meant. 6. You can get up from the floor without struggling. Envision the scene unfolding in vivid, relatable strokes. It's a balmy weekend afternoon at the annual family barbecue. Laughter bubbling from the backyard grill like sauce on ribs. Or perhaps a quieter evening in your sun-dappled living room. The day's toils melting away as you sink into the plush embrace of the area rug. The whim overtakes you. Maybe to unfurl a forgotten yoga mat for a languid downward dog, or to hunker down for an epic round of Go Fish with the grandkids' cherubic faces peering over scattered cards, or simply to lavish undivided scratches behind the ears of your loyal mutt, who's eyeing you with that patented "play with me now" tilt. The drop to the floor? Effortless poetry. A fluid fold at the knees, a gentle pivot at the hips, settling cross-legged or in child's pose like a leaf drifting to earth. No fanfare required. Serenity reigns until the intermission ends. That inexorable cue arrives. Time to elevate, to reclaim verticality, and re-engage with the world of tabletops and door handles. Abruptly, the once forgiving floor morphs into a sly adversary, a vast expanse demanding tribute. What begins as an optimistic heave, palms pressing tentatively against thighs, escalates into a veritable engineering feat. Your dominant hand latches onto the scarred oak coffee table for counterweight. The left claws at the chenille arm of the sofa like a climber's ice axe. A wayward knee jams against the woven fibers of an antique footstool for that extra pivot point. The whole endeavor underscored by a veritable orchestra of involuntary exclamations, deep-throated grunts of exertion, elongated sighs of resignation, and those iconic oof expulsions that reverberate through the house like the outtakes from a Three Stooges reel, complete with a faint echo of creaking joints for dramatic flair. Yet, should you sidestep this universal gauntlet, emerging instead with the serene poise of a Tai Chi master transitioning from repose to readiness, ascending in one seamless, unassisted arc without commandeering the nearest half-dozen household props, or channeling the physical comedy of a silent film star. Then consider yourself not merely fortunate, but fortified in a manner that borders on the elite. This deceptively simple maneuver stands as the undisputed gold standard for auditing your physique's core infrastructure. It summons the raw horsepower of your quadriceps and gluteus maximus to launch the upward thrust, the lithe compliance of hip flexors and ankle dorsiflexors to orchestrate the rotational finesse, the unyielding anchorage of your abdominal and paraspinal musculature to maintain midline poise, and that sixth sense wizardry known as proprioception, your vestibular and somatosensory symphony, to avert any teetering tumble akin to a sequoia felled by a gentle breeze. It's a full-body referendum on resilience, where every fiber votes on your readiness for life's unscripted demands. But prepare for the revelation that elevates this from whimsical anecdote to oracle of endurance. A pivotal investigation in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology, spanning 2,002 adults aged 51 to 80 over a 6-year follow-up, revealed that proficiency in the sit-to-stand test, specifically rising sans hand support, correlated with markedly diminished all-cause mortality, with those scoring highest facing up to a 6.5-fold reduced hazard compared to the lowest performers. This isn't hyperbole. Each incremental point on the 10-point scale, deducting for hand or knee use, slashed mortality risk by about 21%, underscoring its prophetic power. The profundity lies in its role as a barometer for holistic autonomy. Mastering these ground-level gyrations fortifies against the treacherous slips that hospitalize 1 in 3 seniors annually, while the embedded cardio burst polishes endothelial function for vascular vigor, and the metabolic ripple hints at insulin sensitivity and mitochondrial might lurking beneath. In short, acing this isn't vanity. It's your physiology's billboard proclaiming, engineered for endurance, primed for the long haul. That said, if your current encounters skew toward the comedic calamity, exhale. No verdict of doom here. This prowess is anything but innate or irrevocable. It's a malleable mastery, a dormant aptitude eager for revival through deliberate nurture. Embark modestly. Carve out a serene interlude of 5 to 10 minutes daily for floor fellowship. Descend with intention, knees tracking over toes, spine elongating like a waking cat. Then ascend in phases. First, rock forward to engage the core. Hinge at the hips to load the legs. Drive through heels as if pressing the earth away. Arms folded across the chest to honor the no-hands edict. Initial forays may flirt with instability. A sway here, a micro-stumble there, but persistence is the great leveler. Augment with a bouquet of beginner-friendly fortifiers. Hold a wall sit for 20 seconds, envisioning your back melting into the plaster while thighs burn like embers. Execute bodyweight squats in sets of 8, dropping as if sitting into an invisible director's chair, or weave in restorative yoga sequences like cat-cow flows or warrior poses to lubricate those oft-neglected joints. Within weeks, the alchemy unfolds. Fluidity supplants friction, silence supplants symphonies, and an undercurrent of empowered assurance surges through your stride. Yet, before we vault ahead, let's linger in candor for a heartbeat. I'm earnestly intrigued. Recall the most recent instance you orchestrated that floor-to-frame flourish utterly soundlessly. No betraying hinge, no theatrical huff, no vestige of vocal protest. If the spirit moves you to confess, and yes, the double entendre is relished, venture into the comments and chronicle it. Your odyssey might just ignite a reader's own quest for that daily dawn squat, turning solitary effort into communal spark. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 7. You can still make new friends. Should you have vaulted past the 6-decade marker or danced further into the septuagenarian waltz, and still possess that effortless alchemy for interlacing fresh strands into the ever-evolving weave of your relational world, then clasp this accolade tightly. You've clutched the velvet rope to the pantheon of perdurable vitality. Envision it not as rote socializing, but as an instinctive sorcery, transmuting a perfunctory "good morning" at the dog park into a tapestry of shared vulnerabilities over fetch-fueled philosophies, or alchemizing a polite nod at the local pottery wheel into uproarious camaraderie amid clay-splattered mishaps and tales of inherited resilience. Or picture the quiet magic with that affable barista whose foam art rivals gallery pieces, where your standing order evolves into vignettes exchanged over the hiss of the espresso machine. Rough week? Mine too. Want to hear about the time This transcends genial banter. It's a clandestine panacea for protracted flourishing, eclipsing the flash of a Peloton subscription or the green glow of a superfood elixir in its transformative torque. To unpack its potency, we must first stare down the specter lurking in the shadows. Loneliness transcends ephemeral melancholy. It's a cunning interloper, an insidious scourge elevated to public health clarion by the U.S. Surgeon General, whose 2023 advisory equates its toll to puffing through 15 cigarettes daily, with repercussions rippling from $406 billion in annual U.S. healthcare burdens to a 60% spike in dementia odds. Beyond the emotional ebb, it unleashes a biochemical maelstrom. Cortisol surges like a rogue tide, scouring arterial walls with inflammatory grit. leukocytes falter, leaving ramparts porous to viral sieges or oncogenic whispers. Even the chromosomal sentinels, telomeres, fray at double pace, hastening the inexorable march of senescence. For those golden years navigators, this seclusion doesn't merely dim the horizon, it truncates it, morphing a chapter ripe for sage soliloquies into a muted monologue of retreat. The ledger is grim. Social disconnection elevates premature mortality odds by 26% for loneliness and 29% for isolation, rivaling the Grim Reaper's harvest from obesity or excess libations. Enter the luminous rebuttal. If you're the outlier who bucks this tide, summoning an inexhaustible reservoir of inquisitiveness and magnetism to kindle dialogues that unfurl into enduring affinities, you're not just enduring. You're authoring an addendum to your lifespan ledger. Time's inexorable current reshapes alliances inexorably. The comrades of youth disperse like autumn leaves to metropolitan mirages chasing careers or cradling newborns in far-flung suburbs. Kin entwine tighter in their domestic orbits, their calendars clogged with carpools and colic. And the vigor once lavished on late-night revels now rations itself against the gravitational pull of the hearth. Yet you, the relational Renaissance artist, persist undaunted. It might manifest in the rhythmic cadence of a Thursday night book salon, where leather-bound tomes spark fervent dissects of narrative labyrinths with a kaleidoscope of fellow bibliophiles, their accents a mosaic of migrations, or in the unhurried dialogues with the chap next door, elbow deep in his heirloom vegetable patch, blossoming from nice tomatoes to collaborative yields, zucchini gratins swapped over sunset verandas, laced with confessions of lost loves and reclaimed dreams. Contemplate the happenstance symphonies at the open-air emporium. A lingering gaze at iridescent okra elicits a vendor's grin, spiraling into an apprenticeship over a portable stove, steam rising like incantations as you master gumbo's soul. Or master the subtlety of extension in the mundane queue, the grocery conveyor belt's mechanical hum punctuating your pivot from debit or credit to that kale looks vibrant. Got a killer salad secret? Mine involves feta and a dash of rebellion. Dismiss these as trifles at your peril. They are bulwarks. Interwoven social lattices perform neural necromancy, repelling neurodegenerative phantoms by galvanizing dendrites through the electric thrill of uncharted concepts and effective areas. Studies chronicle a 50% dementia deferral in the gregariously gifted. They temper the tyranny of tension, easing systolic strains and buttressing cardiac chambers against the sabotage of stasis. Nor forget the immunological infusion. Bonds beget belly laughs, which cascade dopamine and immunoglobulin cascades, transfiguring your corpus into an impregnable citadel. Profoundly, though, it's the amplifier of ecstasy. Vicissitudes, be they laurels or lacerations, resonate richer when refracted through a confidant's lens, one who amplifies your eccentricities with applause and parcels the prosaic with partnership. In an epoch tilting toward pixelated proxies and algorithmic echoes, your prowess in cultivating these verdant, visceral vinculums transcends mere continuance. It's a jubilant manifesto, an ode to a malleable essence as eternal as the human hunger for hearth. Persevere. The cosmos and the chapters yet to chronicle owe you their gratitude. As we wrap up this journey into the secrets of living past 100, I hope your heart is racing with excitement and possibility, knowing that at 60 or beyond, you're not just surviving, you're thriving toward a legacy of joy and vitality. What an incredible gift it is to discover these habits that can rewrite your story. What have you learned so far that truly resonated with you? Drop a comment below sharing one key takeaway you'll commit to practicing in your daily life starting today. It could be that morning walk, a heartfelt connection with loved ones, or simply savoring a nutrient-packed meal. Your story might just inspire someone else to chase their own century. If you like this video, please leave your comment below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more life-changing tips on healthy aging and unlocking your longest, happiest years. See you in the next one. Here's to your vibrant future.